man coming to the stage. The first time I met him was in a basement, and he won me over because his band was serving everyone carrots and ranch dip. Please welcome to the stage the giant man named Tiny.
Hey everybody! So I thought I'd give you a little history since I'm running out of new material. You know, I've been doing this 2 months. I lived in Arkansas for a little bit before I came to the Boston area. You know, basically I learned how to have sex with my sister, not wear shoes, and make methamphetamines. And I was like, I get it, I'm out. You know, one reason I moved here, other than to go to music college, was I thought it would be an extremely liberal place. I came from the Notch in the Bible Belt, like the Notch, you know. And getting here, I thought I'd get off the airplane, walk through the airport, and see a lesbian vegan getting an abortion. It wasn't quite that liberal though. I was like, there's racism here. And like a lot more than Arkansas. Did you guys know that Boston is racist? Yeah! I didn't know. The tall white guy had to point that out. So I went to Berklee College of Music. When I first went there, I met a guy who's I absolutely is my friend, but I wrote his name down. Thomas Pridgeon, who went on to play in the Mars Volta. I got to be friends with a guy named Juan Parker, who worked with Dr. Dre. And meanwhile, while I was there, I only just got good at name dropping. You know, because I'm famous. They're famous, that is. Now, to my actual friends, my buddy Dan, who is the guitar player for Avril Lavigne now. He's like my longtime buddy. He actually is my really good friend. Me, him, and this kid, Eric Andre, used to hang out. Who is my friend, but only because he's famous now. And again, I'm a name dropper. Eric Andre had the best prank of all time on my friend Dan. Like all musicians that are elite, you have bands you hate. Comedy's probably the same way. You guys that are really good in the room here have like a list of 3 people and you're like, God damn it. Jeff Dunham, you know what I mean? Just for example. He's mine. I'm not elite, but I have that hatred of an elitist. Anyway, my friend Dan's band was 311. He hated 311 so much, he couldn't stand them. So what Eric Andre did was, he made posters that said, looking to start a 311 cover band, call Dan, and had Dan's number. Oh, man. So the great thing about a prank that goes really well is you don't stop when it's funny. It stops being funny. You take it one more step and then one more step and it becomes funny again. So what Dan did was he changed his number. He started ripping down the signs. Well, Eric had his new number. So he continued to make these 311 signs, but figured out where Dan's classes were and would put them in places where Dan would never go. So his phone would be ringing off the hook, and his new phone would be ringing off the hook. So finally, Dan got the school involved. This is a true story, I swear to God. I don't tell a lot of truth on stage, but this is fucking true. And eventually, Eric stopped. So fast forward about 3 years later, Dan played in a band called Kidnapping. I played in a band called Thickness. We went on our first tour. and it wasn't like a big tour. I think it was like 12 shows in 16 days or something. Our last show was in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, which if you don't know, Williamsburg is where Bed-Stuy people used to live. I thought that joke would do better, I'll be honest. It was a very hip place, too hip for me. So Eric Andre happened to be the host because we were all buddies and he wasn't a big name yet. So he hosted the night, and we're hanging out afterwards, and he turns to Dan. This is like 3.5 years later. He turns to Dan and say, "Hey man, you want to start a 311 cover band?" You know, that was me that did that, and I wish that had a funnier ending, but the truth is the truth. My name is Tiny. I really enjoy getting to do this, and I appreciate it.